It's just that I had a bit of a trouble getting up to this morning. So yeah, sorry about that. And we are going straight into winners round 3 here. So this is a top 16 qualifier, already a match with important stakes, and it's going to be Abdul against Rohan. So Rohan, obviously, you know, he's been doing incredibly well here in QWERTZ. Every time he's been competing, farming the weeklies, and getting to the grand final stage of the last Super Smash QWERTZ. Oh my god! Oh, that's quite a start here by Abdul. So yeah, I was speaking of Rohan, but Abdul, not a shy player here. He's gonna get laddered, but a very nice SDI in to get off the combo here. Abdul, as I said, so he's been doing quite well actually in the Romandie scene recently. Quite of a new player here, coming straight from Saudi Arabia, and he's been performing really well with his King K. Rool. It's quite funny because we have an incredible King K. Rool representation here in Suisse Romande. It's actually crazy with players as Ouija and Abdul, who are really showing the best of the character. We've had some amazing details between the two K. Rool players. But here it's not quite the same as a K. Rool detail, because it's obviously going to be much more complicated regarding the matchup. Obviously Meta Knight going in really strong against K. Rool, and Rohan very used to the matchup, so it is going to be hard for Abdul. He was able to chase out that first stock as we saw with the back air, but ever since he's been a bit in a tough spot here. Obviously, it's going to be very hard to win neutral, and for the second time already in this game, Abdul missing the tech, which is going to cost him his second stock. A very decent lead for Rohan. We see the matchup experience here, obviously jumping around that crown and getting the grab, using the invisibility on the down throw to avoid the return of the crown. It's going to be a very important tool here in the matchup, and Rohan knows that very well. Obviously, he's been playing a lot against Ouija, he's been playing against Abdul. So yeah, that was a brave dash attack. The forward smash was charging. It comes out really fast, so you most of the time you don't want to challenge it here. Abdul was betting on the fact that, you know, it's still early in the competition, and Rohan might not be as sharp as he will be in the rest of this day. Nearly missing out the back air here. Oh my god, that was really clever. So what he did was DIing in on the up B, so that he wouldn't be put in a tech situation against the stage. It was really clever because that allowed him to recover really fast, and he was able to stick in that down air to get the stock. So it's actually quite even. And yeah, because 70% of Meta Knight is it's a really dangerous one, as we see, and the really good read here. So it's all about reading the mash pattern. Is he gonna mash out really fast? Is he gonna wait? The up smash is gonna be a really good option if he mashes really fast, because you're gonna get that sweet spot, who's obviously gonna kill really early. Whereas if he doesn't mash out, you're gonna get a really disappointing sour spot. So it was a really good bet here on Abdul, and it's gonna allow him to chase out that first game. A really great start from Abdul, actually. He was struggling in the matchup earlier on. As I said, a really tough matchup for K. Rool. Meta Knight is gonna have a lot of option to move around those projectiles to get in, as we just saw here on the opening of the game. And obviously, K. Rool's recovery being what it is, it's gonna allow Meta Knight to edge guard him really hard. And yeah, that's what it should look like in theory. But K. Rool gonna be able to chase out the stocks really early with a good back air, with a good down throw, and that's what Abdul capitalized on really well in that first game. We're gonna see if it continues, but for the moment, it's Rohan who's running the show here with that very nice edge guard. A little bit of a weird option here of stage. I think that Abdul was able to recover. It was probably a misinput. But anyway, it's gonna be a first stock for Rohan. he must really try to, you know, get those early percents, get those combo going on, and not lose the stock too early. At 100%, it's obviously going to be really hard against QWERTZ. A lot of kill options, especially on the lightweight character as Meta Knight. Yeah. Oh, for example, here that super armor was devastating. It was really hard to deal with, but what a bridge! What a bridge from doge. Very good option. It's going to be a full start lead here for the Meta Knight player. Very impressive. Very impressive. And yeah, we're gonna have to see if Abdul can find out those cheeses. But here, the very nice read on the doge, and that's gonna be the game. What a read! Abdul has been dodging those early combo starters from Meta Knight quite a lot, and Rohan obviously really fast when it comes to adaptation. He was able to read it, and yeah, it's gonna put the QWERTZ in a very top spot. Rohan not missing that bridge afterwards, and it's gonna be the game. Very good adaptation coming out of doge. Gonna see what the game 3 is gonna bring us. Obviously, it's a best of 3, so it's already gonna be a decisive game here. Let me remind you guys that it's a top 16 qualifier, so a decently important match here coming in between the two players. Obviously, two players that are both supposed to do great here today, especially doge. Might be the first seed. I'm not quite sure. I have to check that, but he might be the first seed today. And Abdul in the role of an underdog a bit, but a very decent outsider, very decent player that we expect to see do quite well here today. So it's gonna be very interesting. Anyway, first last game, sorry, here between the two players, and yeah, thank you very much. He's indeed seeded #1, our friend doge. Made it to grand final in the last Super Smash QWERTZ, as I said. He ended up losing against Kimbo, but that was a very good performance. And when it comes to weeklies, as I said, he's been farming them, and once again the doge, and it's gonna be a really good drift mix-up. It's basically all the options that are available to QWERTZ, and that's gonna be a tough one. A good DI in, it's gonna allow him to survive. He's gonna get a very nice recovery here with the super armor. So QWERTZ, it might be frustrating. You might have been playing him in quick play quite a lot. Once again, that doge, Rohan is capitalizing so much on that. Abdul is gonna have to start fixing that, because Rohan has been making so much out of those air dodge reads off stage. It's really huge. Yeah, I was saying that you might have been playing QWERTZ yourself, and it could be quite frustrating if you don't have the resources to edgeguard him. But in the end, when you play a character as Meta Knight, you have so many options to go and get him off stage, and the QWERTZ recovery is gonna end up being quite linear in the end. So the defensive options that Abdul has here are mostly air dodges, drift mix-up, as we saw him use, and an occasional neutral air. Just used it at the moment. Oh wow, a very clever catch here on the side B. It's gonna get the stock, and Abdul still in this game. Only 52% behind. It's oh wow, that was a bit of a movement here by Rohan. He's starting to move quite well, and yeah, the hitbox on the up B just saving Abdul here. It's obviously a very tough spot. It's actually very precise interactions when it comes to edgeguarding QWERTZ, as you saw. There are huge hitboxes on the up B, on the Nair, for example. And Meta Knight doesn't have the biggest range out there, so he has to be very precise, but that's what doge is so good at. That's what we know him for. Those incredible edgeguarders. Oh my god, edgeguards. Oh, that was hard, that was tough. That forward smash. A really good option. But then the down smash, oh my god! That down smash being such an incredible option. I remember at the beginning of the game, you know, when Ultimate just came out, we all thought that QWERTZ was top tier. Yeah, that's a mistake. Oh my god, that was a crazy ladder, but it's not gonna take the start because Abdul DI'd that really greatly. No rage on Meta Knight, and obviously the weight of Carol is gonna allow him to survive. Now it's kind of a tough spot. It's kind of a tough spot because you don't have stage control. You're in a less shot situation. Yeah, you're at 80% already. It's gonna be really hard to get back on the stage, but he finally does. Abdul has to take, he does a very good air dodge to get back to the stage. Oh my god! Oh my god, not so much lag on that. Abdul thought he was able to. Oh my god! Oh my god, he was saved! He was saved by Rohan. Air dodge. Well, I think B would have allowed him to recover, but my god, that was close. That was close. And it's really tense here. One is gonna wait it out a bit by being more patient. But he's at 105%, and he's gonna get that game. What a clutch ending from the Meta Knight player here. Very nice up B. Very nice down B. Sorry, at the end.